Hello everyone, my name is Youssef Marwan, and to start off our presentation, I would like to apply my knowledge related to investigative abilities in this integrated project. In order to get a deeper understanding in the field of research regarding to the quality of environment and management at Domino's Pizza, we've decided to make use of a deductive approach. For that reason, we ask ourselves the following research question. What is the relation between age and satisfaction towards leadership inside Domino's Pizza? For that research question, we have set up the following hypothesis. The older the employees get, the more they are not satisfied with the leadership. And in case we want to reject the first one, age has nothing to do with satisfaction about leadership. With the questionnaire we created with the program Qualtrics, which can be found in my portal, we asked 12 questions related to the quality environment and management. Of course, before the survey even was conducted, we made a proper introduction about who we are and what we are trying to collect. All the nominal data collected can be used for various techniques. However, we decided to use it for the Pearson correlation test, since we would like to know which hypothesis to accept or reject. The survey was conducted among the employees of Domino's Pizza, Breda Centrum and Best, which is a small village near Eindhoven, with a total respondents of 19 employees. While normally 19 respondents aren't a representative amount of samples. In this case, we do see it as a representative sample, since the outlets of Domino's Pizza are small and only have a maximum of 4 to 5 employees available on a daily basis. Because we easily picked out a small number of employees, we see this as a convenient sampling technique. In order to see which hypothesis to follow, we have made use of the statistical analysis program called SPSS. In this program, which can only be used inside the school, we made use of the Pearson correlation test. In this test, we have measured the variable age and satisfaction towards leadership. If the test results shows a negative significance value, the first hypothesis can be rejected. However, if the significance value is positive and strong, the first hypothesis can be used as a theory. Well, this is just one of the many ways to perform research and to look for variables and measure variables. Based on the outcome and strong positive value, we can reject the alternative and go with the first theory. As mentioned before, this is one of the many ways to conduct research. Now Yannick is going to tell you more about organizational behavior and how some of his theory is related to my data.
Hello, my name is Yannick and I will continue about organizational behavior. Firstly, I wanted to know more about the way of working of Domino's. Are they working efficiently, or does the way of working look like the way Taylor and Ford thought work needed to be done, like for example scientific management or line workers? And I wanted to know more about the way employees of Domino's are being paid. But first I would like you to see this 1-minute video clip about someone who observed how pizzas were made at Domino's.
I'm Eugene, the teacher. Have you ever sat inside a Domino's pizza and watched them make pizza? Well, I saw that for the first time Friday. It was really amazing. I guess I got there about 5 minutes before my pizza was ready. There was this one employee whose job it was to bring these clean paper boxes made of cardboard in tall stacks like 6 feet tall up to the ceiling. She carried them in one hand and slid them under the counter. There were the 2 employees whose job it was to take orders by phone and by the internet. 3 employees were at the wall making pizzas. On the back of the wall must have been...
As the man in the video tells us, they work in a really efficient way at Domino's by dividing tasks among the employees. The tasks that they are doing are really simple tasks if you have done them more often. You could discuss it's a combination of Fordism and Taylorism. You could say it's a good example of Taylorism because the way of working shows scientific management. The tasks that are being executed are short and repetitive because you have to do the same thing over and over again. They also have a good division of labor because someone is responsible for the pizza boxes, someone else for the dough, and someone else for the cash register. Also an important factor is that employees execute their tasks because they will get paid afterwards. You could also discuss that their way of working is an example of Fordism, because you do not need to be high educated to work at Domino's restaurant. The employees have fixed wages, and Domino's keep improving their technology and efficiency to satisfy the needs and wants of their customers even more. And when we look to Domino's, we think it's more based on the Taylorism way of working because of the examples we just gave. Secondly, I wanted to know how they recruit new people, and if people work for a long time at Domino's, if they get the opportunity to grow and get better positions. The recruitment process of Domino's works as follows. First, you have to find out if there are any job advertisements of Domino's. After that, you have to apply online by filling an application form and questionnaire. After you've applied, you have to wait for the Domino's restaurant to send you an email to say if you are or if you are not invited for a job interview. If you are, then Domino's will contact you to arrange a date and time that suits you. If your job interview went well and you're accepted, you will get the Domino's Employees Information Pack, which provides you with everything you need to know to work at Domino's. You also have to complete an online preliminary training and an NEO training, which means New Employee Orientation Training. If you have completed all these steps, you are ready to start your new job. When working at Domino's, you have a lot of possibilities to grow and get better positions. When, for example, working as a pizza baker, you have the opportunity to become a team leader by doing certain courses. And if you work for a longer time at the Domino's affiliate, you can also become a manager of it. You, however, need the right education to get such positions. When doing that well, you can even become the manager of a bigger affiliate. Furthermore, I wanted to know more about how Domino's and their employees look at leadership and management. Domino's offers several leadership development programs to people who would like to develop themselves as future leaders of the company. Domino's Pizza find it very important to have managers who have a lot of knowledge about the way of working of Domino's Pizzas. Managers and leaders of a Domino's facility are, according to the contingency theory, situational leaders. This means that leaders have to adjust their style of leading to the staff, because that is the most efficient way of leading people. This thus means that you should be able to alter your way of working and leading constantly based on the situation you are in. An example of a manager of Domino's being a situational leader is that they have to deal with a lot of different people in a lot of different situations. Being capable to switch fast is a necessity. We also asked some employees of Domino's how they think about management and leadership. These are the results. As the left diagram shows, the employees are somewhat satisfied with the way of leading at Domino's restaurant. This means Domino's has to change some things in the way of leading to satisfy the employees. As the right diagram shows, the employees are satisfied about the way they are managed. This means Domino's should not change the way of managing, but rather focus on the way of leading people.
Hello, my name is Elina and I'm going to talk about the business law and ethics part of Domino's. If we take a look at the logo of Domino's, we can see that both the Domino's as the letters are trademarked. A trademark is a sign that is graphically capable of distinguishing goods or services from one company from other companies. The logo and letters in that specific color and font are called device marks. The trademark logo was first registered in the USA in 1968. Since that date, they have renewed it every 10 years. Additionally, they have registered as a trademark in all countries that Domino's is active in. For this project, we wanted to take a look to Domino's employment contracts as well. We wanted to check if all mandatory aspects of the contract are included. These are subjects such as the duration of the trial period, the term of the contract, working hours and personal details of the employee. Unfortunately, we were not able to see a contract for the reason they told us that we could not get a contract unless we actually wanted to start working at the company. Based on the results of the correlation test USEF has performed, we now have a better perception about how employees think and feel about management and the quality of work. This can also relate to the terms of the employee contract. The survey that was conducted, however, is based on 19 respondents. In this limited amount of time, we decided to generalize the outcomes for all the Domino's employees, making this construct validity. In addition, we found a news article that speculates fraud with their employment contracts. The news article from Australia states that a substantial part of Domino's stores are breaking the rules when it comes to their employment contract. Sustainable development has been one of the most important subjects in the world for a very long time. Sustainable development made its introduction around 1969 when the NEPA was introduced. NEPA, the National Environmental Policy Act, was introduced by President Nixon of the United States of America after the Santa Barbara oil spill, which had a terrible effect on the wildlife and the environment. Shortly after NEPA was introduced, sustainable development became more popular and one of the most addressed subjects in governments. On this day, newsletters and TVs are filled with headliners about sustainable development. And with the whole world, we try to reach the 17 Sustainable Development Goals made by the UN. On the website of Domino's, the company shows us what they do about sustainable development. These things are: they show us, the customer, that the company works with several charities. In Domino's stores, people can freely donate money to different charities. In 2010, Domino's has donated over £2.8 million in the UK alone to decrease poverty. This is in line with goal number 1, no poverty. Goal 11 is about sustainable cities and communities. Over the last couple of years, Domino's has switched from scooters to electric bikes for their delivery service. This way of transportation is much more sustainable than their previous way of delivery.
My name is Quentin and I'll be telling you a bit about Domino's in terms of economics. So for our project we have chosen to expand Domino's to another country in order to showcase what we have learned in this previous semester. The country we have chosen to expand to is going to be Morocco. We have chosen Morocco for a variety of reasons, some based on the country's economic perspective itself, and other reasons more based on Domino's as a company. The image shown is a current map of Domino's presence in Africa. As you can see, Domino's is currently only active in 4 countries. This is due to Domino's only recently starting expanding towards Africa. The 4 countries Domino's is already active in are South Africa, Nigeria, Kenya and Egypt, which makes Africa the last continent with great opportunities and business perspectives for Domino's, seeing how they already have a great presence in every other continent in the world. Okay, now for a few reasons why we believe Morocco is a suitable option for an expansion. Firstly, the unemployment rate in Morocco. The current unemployment rate in Morocco is 10%, which according to Trade and Economics is going to shrink down to 9% by 2020, which is still widely considered very high. Morocco has got a low employment rate nationwide, which currently sits at 40%, which means that currently only 40% of the working age population has got a job. The joblessness in Morocco is a structural problem, with several factors influencing that problem. The population in Morocco is rising beyond their economic capacity to create jobs in their country, therefore an entry of Domino's into the Moroccan economy could work mutually beneficial, seeing as working for Domino's does not require any specific education or specific skill set, which makes it suitable for a lot of people to work there and might aid in bringing down the high employment rate they are currently dealing with. The second factor is going to be Morocco's GDP. As you can see in the image below, Morocco's GDP has seen a noticeable improvement since 2014, up until now, except for one minor downfall in 2016. Furthermore, Trading Economics forecasts a 5.5% total growth in GDP by 2020, which is quite huge. The resulting growth of GDP and buying power of the Moroccan population supports Domino's moving to the country in a proper way. Seeing as Domino's services cater to people in a way that they would be affordable and beneficial for the Moroccan population. In conclusion, we do feel confident that Morocco's current economical environment is suitable for a possible Domino's expansion.
Hello everyone, my name is Emma. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I would like to end this integrated project since we failed the first attempt. I would like to elaborate what went wrong and what we improved this time. In order to look at the team as a one can use Stuckman's model for stages in group development. Bruce Stuckman claimed these phases are all necessary in order for a team to grow and to work more efficient. There are 4 stages: forming, storming, norming and performing. Forming. In this stage, most haven't fully understood what work the team will do. Others are simply excited about the task ahead. This stage can last for a long time. As people start to work together, as they make an effort to get to know their colleagues. At first stage, we agreed with the group to meet at school to watch a video together. Hereafter, we discussed by using the grading form what we missed or had to improve. We wrote down what we had to adjust or had to do different the next video. In the stage storming, the team moves into the next phase, where people start push against boundaries. Storming often starts where there is a conflict between team members' natural working styles. People may work in different styles. We eventually decided everyone did their same part, but would improve this. What we would do different this time, to compare with last time, we would meet multiple times to make one coherent story, instead of each individual work just put together. This time we also held meetings and listened to each other's part they wrote. For the reason we knew exactly what each person would say, not only we could adjust ourselves to this, but we also could refer to someone else's part, or could argue if a piece had to change, or if it was better for a piece to be left out. Overall, we put much more effort and time making the resit than we did in the first place. One of us even went to a Domino's restaurant, so we could base our story on facts and not only on the things we found on internet. Norming. This is the stage when people start to resolve their differences, appreciate colleagues' strengths and respect your authority as a leader. After knowing your teammates better, you socialize together. And one is able to ask one for help and one can provide feedback. When team members know each other better, people develop a stronger commitment to the team goal. Since the 5 of us already did several projects together, we knew each other better and and one of us could help each other more easily with giving advice or with questions. We made especially use of this during the meetings. Performing. In the final stage, it feels easy to be part of a team. Group members focus on achieving a goal and are more motivated and knowledgeable than in the very first stage. This was most noticeable in the final meeting, the meeting where we put all the pieces together. We were all very motivated to put our story into the video because we all would have this time the knowledge and the right tools to make a better video. Lastly, we found a better and improved way to edit and record our video. In contrast to the first video we made, and all of this turned out much more fun to watch. In order to look at performance on an individual role in a group, one can use Belbin's roles. Belbin's roles describe in which of the 9 roles an individual behaves during working in a team. These roles can be divided into 3 types. Action-orientated, people who challenge the team and improve its performance. People-orientated, people who draw people and ideas together. True-orientated, people who analyze options and provide technical ideas. In the beginning, it was hard to tell which types individual or team consists of. However, for the reason we already did more projects together, we already knew we had a very diverse team. It turned out to be our team consists of 2 plants who are both true-orientated, who both have true-orientated roles. 1 monitor evaluation and 1 coordinator. The most important thing we all learned is the best way to make a project or work is as a team, to have clear meetings and to take the time for the project. Talking face to face and arguing is key. when making a project, so everyone in the group agrees about the content. This also motivates all team members when having the same goal in mind. This makes it also more fun to work. We definitely will remember this for any further assignments to make it more. This makes it more easy for everyone.